Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Emanuel-C channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Last Week in Tech, the show giving you weekly tech updates. Today, I'll be talking about Toronto, Ontario being ranked as the third largest tech hub in North America, and the truth about Carl Pei's company Nothing finally revealing nothing. I'm going to start today with Toronto, Ontario. According to CBRE, a real estate company that tracks tech hiring, Toronto is now the third largest tech hub in North America. In terms of population, it's the fourth largest city in North America. In terms of its tech hubness, it has more tech workers than Chicago, Los Angeles, Seattle, and Washington, D.C., and trails only New York City and Silicon Valley. Austin, Texas was previously named as the next big tech hub back in 2021. Miami, Florida is also another commonly named city when it comes to a growing tech sector. But now, it seems like Toronto has surpassed both of these cities. I'll admit, I was a bit surprised when I first heard about this. But diving into the reasons why, it makes a lot of sense. As I just mentioned, it's the fourth largest city in North America. It's the largest city in Canada. Also, Ontario's government recently passed a law preventing companies from enforcing non-compete clauses. So people working in the tech sector can change jobs more easily and even create startups of their own more easily too. Another thing, the University of Toronto recently got a $100 million donation from local business owners for a building complex to house AI and biotech companies. And another thing, this region of Canada has two universities that are known for generating top researchers and engineers. One being the University of Toronto, which is located in downtown Toronto, and the other being the University of Waterloo, which is about an hour by car or train. And then there are all of the American giant companies opening up facilities and offices. Amazon, Netflix, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, IBM, Infosys, Wayfair, Stripe, TikTok, Reddit, Pinterest, DoorDash, and HubSpot have all created or expanded offices in Toronto over the past decade because of the researchers and engineers who are already there. So all of these companies opening up shop and the fact that there is no non-compete clause that companies can enforce means that if you are an employee in the tech sector in Toronto, it's going to be a gold rush. Multiple employers will be competing for you, a limited supply of employees, instead of employees being stuck at one job and then afraid to leave because they can't work with a competitor for 6 months. And this just doesn't apply to students or employees from Toronto or Canada. This applies to people from all around the world. Toronto is seen as a melting pot city with all types of cultures and people coming together. Nearly 50% of Toronto's residents were born outside of the country. Another reason for Toronto's growth. As a country, immigration laws are more favorable in Canada than they are in the United States. It's much easier for a skilled immigrant to find work. So when you couple the facts that it's a very immigrant-friendly country/culture, all of the American tech giants are opening up offices, which means growing job opportunities. There's no enforceable non-compete clause, so you're free to find the best situation for you as an employee. This is an amazing opportunity. As I said before, I was a bit surprised to see Toronto as number 3 on the list. I don't see them surpassing New York or Silicon Valley, and warmer climates like Austin and Miami definitely have a strong shot at luring people who don't appreciate the snowy winters. Do you think Toronto can hold on to their top 3 spot? Do you think they'll climb the list or get passed by another American city? Next up on the episode, I'll be talking about Carl Pei's company Nothing finally revealing nothing. On Wednesday, March 23rd, Nothing finally had the event that everyone was looking forward to. Last year, they released their first product, the Ear One. Their budget wireless earbuds that were pretty well received. A very unique design when you compare it to the common earbuds, which are usually just a copy of the AirPods. The main design element of Nothing's earbuds was transparency. Leakers have been speculating that the company would debut their phone at this past event, and that the phone would come out in April. There was even a photo of Carl Pei showing off a prototype of a mystery phone to several key executives at MWC. And at the event, they revealed nothing, essentially nothing. The event was 27 minutes and 17 seconds long. The first 9 minutes and 49 seconds were dedicated to showing quotes of how great everyone thinks their earbuds are. They did announce that they were coming out with a phone. which would be called the Phone 1, and it would be coming out summer of 2022, but they didn't actually show a phone. They did reveal a teaser of the phone, a bunch of cryptic lines on the screen which they said would make sense later on. They also mentioned Apple has built a walled garden that makes it hard for people to use other companies' products once they're in the ecosystem. Carl Pei emphasized that nothing is trying to build an ecosystem that rivals Apple, but they want their ecosystem to be more open, to work with Samsung, with Google, possibly OnePlus, and other Android phone makers. I mean, if you're launching a new phone, you kind of want to go at the big dog, the biggest bully on the playground. So they didn't say the phone was coming out in April, like everyone speculated. What is coming out in April is the Nothing OS launcher for select Android phones. From what they showed of the operating system, it has a very nostalgic look to it. They have the same dot matrix theme to their fonts, their app icons, their widgets. The coolest thing I thought was their voice recorder. On screen, it looks like a mini recording cassette. As it records, the tape spins and spins. When you pause it, you can touch the tape on screen to spin it back, rewind, or fast forward. This really seems like it has a lot of influence from teenage engineering. Even if you think of their earpods, the clear plastic is very reminiscent of clear cassette tapes. The potential design for the Nothing Phone 1 will probably be very similar. Because the OS is so close to stock Android, they're going to promise up to 3 years of OS updates and 4 years of security updates for the phone. My podcast co-host had a theory about the cryptic phone design. They mentioned it looks a lot like the MagSafe clear cases for iPhones. This glyph feature may be to align a magnetic safe charger on the back of the phone. The top corner could be where the camera is. Maybe a flash on the other side. Maybe we can align the case for the ear one on the back so your phone can charge your earbuds. This event didn't give us a phone, but the main purpose of it could have been to get people interested to invest in the company. During the event, they mentioned they had a first round of consumer investing. If you weren't aware of it, it happened in March of 2020, and there might have been some other news that was distracting you at the time. The round was for $1.5 million, and they fulfilled that in 54 seconds. During this event, they announced there was a second round coming up on April 5th for $10 million. It piqued my interest, but then they didn't show the phone, so I kind of lost interest. I'm intrigued to see what the Nothing OS ends up looking like, how it ends up operating, and I'm intrigued to see the price of the phone when it does get announced. The Air 1 was priced on the budget side at $99. I could see the Phone 1 being priced at the same price as a phone like the Pixel 6 at $599, especially for their first phone. They have co-designing from Teenage Engineering. They recently hired the former head of design from Dyson. They have some heavy hitters, and I don't see them coming in at a budget price. They aren't exactly a grassroots company right now. I hope they aren't too far over $600. I see that as a very reasonable price. If it is around that price, I'd be interested to see spec for spec how it competes with something like the Pixel 6. I think design-wise, they could definitely beat it, especially considering how polarizing the camera bar design was. I like it, but I know a lot of people didn't and still don't. Maybe they do something like price it at $600 and throw in a pair of Air 1s for everyone who pre-orders before launch. That way it sort of brings down the price of the phone, $100 earbuds for free, and they get their AirPods out to more people. They want to make their devices more popular, the status quo. In terms of visibility for them, it's a great way to promote. And in terms of value for the consumer, it's a bonus. If you're new here to the Emanuel-C channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell so you can keep up with all the uploads here on the channel. If you're interested in a more in-depth conversation, click this video to my left for a podcast with a friend covering this episode's topics. Or if you're looking for something else to watch, the YouTube algorithm thinks you'll like this video below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Emanuel-C, and I'll catch you in the next video. Till next time, take it easy. Peace.